Right on. The Darkness, Lemonade Kid off the new EP, Ghost in My Head. Now, Dom, this is one of my favorites on the album, probably my favorite on the EP. And I just love the harmonies. I love, for lack of better words, the dark side to it. But, I mean, it's really cool. It's just got that kind of tempo, mellow flow with like a good kind of eerie kind of background to it.
Yeah, I mean, it is quite a sort of dark song, but I think there's certainly, like the last chorus and everything, it builds up to a sort of crescendo of sort of hope, I suppose, and hopefully that's the way it comes across, because that's sort of how it's meant to come across, really. That there is hope. That's what I'd like to say with that song, I suppose.
Right on. You know what? We'll get to some more songs soon, obviously. But with this EP in particular, this a title track and then the name of the EP, Ghost in My Head. What was the idea behind that? Was that something that kind of came out of a dream, maybe something as a kid, or was it just kind of came up and sounded good?
Do you know what? It's a really difficult one. I've no real idea where that one come from. It's kind of, I think it's like a montage of sort of sounds and everything and ideas all working in. It's like the sort of arpeggio at the start is very much like the Who used to kind of use, and then there's lots of different, like some of the beats are quite Chemical Brothers-y. Also, not wanting to annoy Mike here, but there's a certain Beatles element to it as well.
I can see you listen to the show.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just like lots and lots of different ideas coming together, and it was just, it's probably not really even about anything. It's just sort of, it's just a wacky song, and it's just sort of, like I say, lots of sort of fun things, and it's, that sort of just melody sort of, that gets in your head. It's like, everything just sort of working together, although maybe some of it sort of probably doesn't necessarily work together, if that makes sense, but also still does, in that it sort of all, all sort of works together in the end, sort of thing. It's a bit of a wacky song, and it was always sort of thing that I thought, to work as a kind of single, will that work as a single? And that's maybe why it didn't quite get onto the album, because it was just too, I don't know, weird. But then listening to it afterwards, it's like, yeah, it actually sort of works and it sort of fits together. So in the end, we made it work, so that was good.
Well, you know what? Just generally speaking, I mean, Mike and I have always been so impressed of the way, like, you will pretty much we're impressed with your creative side to all this, because everything comes out and it's different, and we're just so impressed with the work behind it, just because, I mean, it's just, you're one of those people that out there right now, like in the or kind of what call it mainstream, that has a certain focus in mind and you're not really straying from it. I mean, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I mean, as all the sort of songs I do, I suppose, they're quite often very different from the last song, so it's always, you're kind of thinking, what can I do that's a bit different to that? So it's, the next song I do from Ghost in My Head, or from this Darkness, it'll be something again different. It's like I've actually just this week started working on the new album.
Okay.
And again, it's kind of, you're just sort of thinking, what can I do that's a little bit different, a little bit of a step forward, a little bit of a step, to the side, and so on and so forth. And so, I don't really want to stand still and sort of go, let's do 10 versions of, Ghost in My Head and make an album out of that. I just want to, keep doing something different. And I think even the stuff I've been working on for the new album, it's kind of, again, it's very Lemonade Kid. I mean, everything I ever do sounds like Lemonade Kid, but it's all the songs are quite different, so it's quite, I don't know, it's quite out there, I suppose.
Well, no, fair enough. But like you said, it's nice because, I mean, and that way, with the way things are done, reminds me of a couple bands, because not too many bands have done like that. But example, the Mars Volta, every album they did was different, and once they figured they couldn't do anything more different, that's when they quit and they gave up, which I think was, although I'll miss them, commendable on that side of things. And the other band that did 3 albums is a band that Mike Patton led, and Mike Patton is from Faith No More, and it was a band called Mr. Bungle, and they did 3 albums, and each album was completely different, completely whacked out beyond belief, but really good stuff.
They His Mr. Bungalow was absolutely amazing. Just to chip in there.
Yeah. California Disco Volante, and I can't remember the name of the other one. Just some really weird title, but
they're very, very good. One of the things I know, I love that track. It's very, very dark. I like the sort of haunting quality of it. And you're right. There's a nice sort of, it lifts, doesn't it? There's a bit of inspiration, a bit of hope.
Yeah, I think it's that the little bit, the last chorus where it's quite a long chorus, but it's sort of it goes into a little change, and that little change is that moment where, like you say, it lifts, and it's, well, I was going to say it's happy. It's not happy. Don't get me wrong, but it's slightly happier than the rest of it.
It's a slight step change, gives it that sort of.
Not Pharrell happy, but happy.
Yeah.
But one of the things I like about your tracks is the instrumentation's always really, really good. So what do you play? And is there other people? You mentioned someone. I'm sorry, I forgot the name already. But you mentioned someone else. So do you play with other people regularly, or is it just that it's you and you do everything and you get guests in? Kind of playing bit work, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of do most of the music myself. I play sort of piano and synths and stuff like that. Jared, we've worked together for 20 odd years now, so he plays guitar. He also plays bass. I'm working with a brilliant backing singer called Emma at the moment, and I think that's quite nice that there's sort of three of us doing this kind of thing. I mean, it's my sort of project, I suppose, but it's nice to have other people involved, because there's nothing better than sort of sitting in a room, sort of bouncing little ideas off each other. That's kind of that's great. I mean, it'd be lovely to sort of have a band, but just time doesn't allow for such a thing. So the way we're doing it at the moment, that's kind of, it works, for me, and it works for us. So that's great.
Yeah, that's cool. And I think we've said to, I've asked a lot of solo artists that have been on the show, it's that, would you prefer to be in a band, or do you prefer to do it on your own, and the sort of pros and cons. And I think you kind of hit it there, in that it's great to bounce ideas off of other people, isn't it, and get that kind of other opinion. And even big name solo artists, one of my favourite singer-songwriters of all time is Neil Young, and it's no song really is just Neil Young. I'm sure he sits there and writes loads of stuff on his own, but the best ones come together when he's either going with Crazy Horse or bringing his own sort of in-house band that he's sort of put together along or whatever. And it's that kind of a soundboard, isn't it, that I think is useful. But equally, the benefits of being a solo artist is you kind of get to do what you want, don't you? And there's a nice bit of flexibility. So I think if you've got that balance where you're working with people but it's still kind of your project, I think that's a good place to be, probably.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's interesting what you say with Neil Young. Is that, I mean, it's like when I'm doing stuff with Jared, and I'll take a song to him, and it's kind of the moment he starts then playing on that song, it's sort of transformed. It's like I'll listen to the songs before, and it's like, well, this song's not done, this song's not finished, so on and so forth. And then the moment that the guitar starts dropping into it, the moment the backing vocals are there, it's like the whole thing then comes together. It's amazing. It's like a real transformation there.
Yeah, no, it's brilliant. It's very good. And so you said you play a bit of piano and some synths. Yeah,
I mean, sometimes I'll sit down at the piano and just sort of jam some stuff out, and you sort of think, yeah, that's great. I'll have to record that, and then you go away and turn on the drum machine and completely forget about the piano. And so I mean, that's the thing, I suppose, because of the stuff I do. There is quite a sort of variety. I guess it's it sort of veers between sort of slightly darker kind of ballady sort of stuff, but then also slightly rockier stuff, and then slightly dancier stuff as well. So there's you're not going to get bored, because there's always something different to do. There's always something different to write. So, and you're always kind of moving on to something else as well. So that's a good thing, I think.
Definitely. Bainesy?
Right on. Well, I think we're going to get to another song, and the next one up is another good one. This one's called Keep Me in Mind. Dig this.
Keep me in mind while I'm wasting. Keep me in mind while I'm wasting. Summer came too early. Autumn never followed, so keep me in mind until tomorrow.